Previously, you learned about the addition operator in Python. Now let's practice using the plus operator some more and learn how to place more interesting blocks by creating a very simple rainbow. For now, our rainbow will not look very like a rainbow. The shape is going to be very simple, mostly like a horizontal line. But later, as you learn about other operators, you will be able to create a rainbow with a more realistic shape. All right, let's go. So let's begin by opening and saving a new file. So I create this new file and I will save it right away inside my Arithmetic folder, and I'm gonna call it rainbow.py. All right. So the second thing we need to do is I need to quickly talk about the second component of the ID of blocks. So I will open this page again. And as I said before, some blocks have two numbers. So like this one, sandstone, wooden slab, cobblestone, all of them have the same ID 44, but a different state. So the state determines sometimes the shape, sometimes the color, or sometimes a subtype of block. So for example here, 44 represents slabs of something, and the second number state represents the material. So a slab of sandstone, a slab of wood, or a slab of bricks. Okay, now I'm gonna find a block that is or has different colors represented by that second state. I'm not interested in different materials, or I'm not interested in the shape. Like for example, some blocks will have different shapes like this one over here. All I want right now is to find a block of the same type that has different colors. So one such block in Minecraft is the wool block. I'm gonna find it, and it's right here. So the wool block has ID 35, and then by using the second number, the state, I can create wool blocks of different colors like orange, magenta, light blue, and so on. Great. So this is what I will be doing, or these are the blocks I will be using to create my rainbow. Let's proceed. So I'm gonna open my newly created script, and I will place this right here to remember the IDs. All right. Let's begin by taking note of the colors that I will be using. So I want to have a red color, which will be, in our case, 14. Okay, and orange, which will be 1, and so on. So take note of all of those colors. I already know the values, so I'm just gonna paste them right away. Wool is ID 35, and here are the colors. These are these numbers represent the state. And then the next thing you need to do is we will connect to Minecraft. So I will just paste this code here. I already typed this somewhere else. Remember, this is how you connect to Minecraft. From mcpi.minecraft import Minecraft, then mc equals minecraft.create. You will always use these two lines. Cool. Now the next thing you need to do is define the starting position. So where do you want to start creating your rainbow? So for that, you need to go back to your game, and of course I don't want to create my rainbow on the floor, so I'm gonna fly. So I'm gonna press spacebar twice and hold it to go up, 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 up. Maybe not that high, or the clouds will cover, or it's fine. Let's find some clear space right here. Okay, so this is where I want to build my rainbow, and then I will take note of the coordinates using the block information. So I'm gonna leave a comment here, define the starting position, and then I will have x equals to -39, y equals to 128, sorry, and then z equals to 44. Good. Now I'm going to create another variable wool, which holds the ID for wool because I will be using it several times. So if you check the colors of the rainbows and where they are placed, purple should probably be the lowest of the colors, or the one that is at the bottom of the rainbow. So let's begin by placing that block, and then we will go upward to place the remaining ones. Cool. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna copy one line of code here, and this will place a purple wool at the original X. Now what I want to do now is I want to build a horizontal stack of purple wool. And in order to do that, I will need to move on the x-axis a little bit. So let's again quickly review how the x-axis works. So if we were, say, here, and we wanted to create our rainbow like this, in this direction, then I would have to first of all place my player so that I'm pointing at this way, such that I'm pointing towards the negative z location, or pointing north. And then I would make sure to be aligned with this axis, and then by increasing the x, I will effectively create my rainbow like this, horizontally. Okay, sounds complicated, but it's not that difficult. Let's do it in Minecraft. So I will go back to the game, and all you need to do is pay attention here at the center, and here is where you can tell what the axes are. So in this particular case, I go back here, and the red axis is actually representing the X. The y-axis is representing the green, and the blue axis is representing the Z. And notice the message right there at the top saying facing north towards negative Z. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Let me use the potion again because it's really dark. Okay, maybe better now. So here, the one that says facing north towards negative Z, that tells me that I'm indeed in this kind of position right here. So this is the red axis, this is the green one, and this is the blue in your game. So if I place my blocks by increasing X at each time, my blocks will be built to my right. And it's important to understand this concept because it's you will use it a lot later when we build more complex buildings. Cool, so let's go back to the game. So again, make sure that your axes are showing like they are showing right now in my screen at the center of the game. And then let's go back to the code. And what I will do now is I will repeat this line 2 more times. And when I create the second purple wool, I will add 1 to X, and then I will add 2. And why am I adding 1 and then 2? Why not 1 each time like we did with Y? Well, this is a very important thing to keep in mind. When we're doing this here, we are not overriding the value of X, right? So right now, let's say this is our X box, and X has negative 39 inside, okay? So when we do X plus 1 here, what we are actually doing is we are getting the value out of the box, we are adding 1 to it, right? So this becomes a negative 38. And then we are using this value, negative 38, directly as the argument of set block. But we are not changing the value of x, right? The value of x is still 39. So if when we do the second set block right here, if we just use x plus 1, we would be using the same negative 38, and then we will just be replacing the block. So by using x plus 2 here, what we are doing for this second line is we are doing 39 plus 2, which is negative 37, and that is the value we use for the third block. And again, x is not changing. So what we did here is different from what we did before for y. For y, we used the full statement where we were replacing the value of y, but right here we're just using an expression that is not modifying any value, just returning us some number. Okay. You will understand more about this. I hope it's not too complicated right now, but I wanted to use it right away to start showing the differences. Okay, so if I run this, what will happen is I will press Control S to save it, and then F5 to run it. And I go back to my game, and I see the horizontal line of purple wool right there. So notice how if I stand here, the blocks were created to my right. Okay. Next, let's go to the code, and let's create the next color. So I will copy this. I'm gonna paste it here. I will use the next color, which is going to be blue. Blue should go above purple. So before I create the blue line or horizontal line, I need to increase y. And this time, I will replace the value of y. So I don't need to do +1 here and here and here. By doing it once here, y is already has been already modified. So instead of being 128, the value that was used here, the y used right here will be 129 because we modified its value. Okay, I'm going to change 10. I will replace it with 11. 11 is the state of wool that makes it blue. And I'm going to save this. I'm going to press F5. And notice how now I have a line of blue wool on top of the purple one. Okay, and then all you need to do is copy this, paste. So this will increase the y again, update the value of the y, so this y is up to date, and then this will create at the original x, and then next to it, and then next to that other one. And all you need to do is replace the state. So the next state should be 13 for green. And then I will do this one more time. It's already copied. I pasted there, and now I'm going to use yellow. So this should be 4. And then one more time right here. And then I'm going to use 1 for orange. And I think I need to do it one last time. And this time I need red, so 14. And that should be it. So I press Control S, F5, and voila. I have a beautiful yet simple, colorful rainbow.